Welcome back, friends. If you're new, my name is Destiny and this is Iva Sandler Crafts. I'm a cozy little crafting corner that likes to do DIYs, crocheting, as well as thrifting and chit-chatting. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, then hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you join the community. So for today's video, I wanted to chit-chat with you guys about some of the patterns that I recently purchased that I am hoping to be able to crochet for mainly spring, but there are quite a few that are versatile and can also be used for summer. This video will have a little bit of a twist because I wanted to share with you guys something that I've been recently learning that I think has been really useful, and if it is helpful for anyone out there who struggles with the same issues I had, which was not fully knowing and understanding how to style my body type, then hopefully this will help you like it's helped me. One of the things that I've been recently learning about is known as the Kibbe archetype. I will leave some resources in the description, so if you like, you can venture on down there, see if this is something you want to look into to maybe learn how to properly style yourself. As a crafter, we are constantly looking and trying to figure out on how to make something beautiful. And one of those things that I personally enjoy making beautiful is my body canvas. So because of that, I want to appropriately learn how to style myself. So for me personally, I ended up learning that I am what's called a soft natural, which means I am in the center. I'm a little balanced in the sense that I have a bit of yin, which yin is someone who has like more of a softer, round, voluptuous body. So think of Marilyn Monroe. She was a very curvaceous woman. She was very soft, rounded, voluptuous, think feminine. Then there is yang, which is the complete opposite side of the scale. That's going to be someone who's a little bit more angular, someone who's a little bit more athletic built. So think Tilda Swinton. She's honestly a prime example of what someone who is very yang dominant is. Very angular, very structured looking. She's also very athletic built. A soft natural tends to fall almost in the middle, but lean just a tad more to yang. This was a really big eye opener for me and made a lot of sense because I've always been someone who was very athletic and I had wider shoulders and a wider frame. But at the same time, I still felt like I had a lot of softness to me. After figuring out what my body type was, I started to dive a little deeper. I learned the different tops that tend to flatter a soft natural body, which tend to be things that are a little bit more on the drapier side. I have to include like waist emphasis because soft naturals tend to be on the shorter side, which I am. I'm 5'3". And too much fabric can definitely drown you and make you look like you're a 5-year-old playing dress up in your mommy's clothes. Now that I'm 31, I'm really making it a mission to be a lot more intentional in the things that I purchase, as well as the things that I spend my time on. So since crocheting is such a big part of my life and I love it so much, I want to make sure that everything that I'm making, I'm getting use out of and I love. I don't want it sitting in my closet, absolutely not. I want to feel proud of the things that I make for myself. So I chose these patterns because these patterns, not only are they absolutely beautiful, but they are patterns that I pretty much almost 100% know that after I make them, I'm gonna love the way they look on me. I'm first gonna start with outerwear. The first one that I have here is the Marvelous Duster cardigan. This is by Michelle Moore. I'm pretty sure you've seen her. In my opinion, she is the crochet pattern queen because she has a pattern for everything. So this is a duster cardigan. What a duster cardigan is, it's a longer style cardigan. Dusters are really great for soft naturals because they fall just above the ankle, which is that like perfect sweet spot where you can wear something that's long, but it doesn't make you look short. I love the flow of it. I love the pattern of it. And it's something that looks like it's still pretty breathable for the awkward days where it's colder in the morning, but it gets a little warmer in the evening, but you still have that like nice breeze. I think this will be a really great addition into my wardrobe because the texture is beautiful, which is something that I'm trying to prioritize, learning that I'm a soft natural, but the overall drape and feel of it just feels so cozy. I stumbled onto a crochet kimono style dress, I guess you can say. It's like a dress top. Anyways, this is it. And I thought it was absolutely beautiful. It really brought forth like this granny core, think coastal grandma. That's exactly the vibes I got. Cool, chic, breezy, beautiful. And it's made in granny squares, which I love. I like the lacy look of it. We have that cinched in waist, which is very, very important for a soft natural. So I know this is gonna look great on my body. And then it has the very nice neckline. It's not oversized, but it's definitely sits on top of your body. So you have that like extra 1 to 2 inch breathing room for the fabric. So I know it's just gonna flow with me with it whenever I walk. And it just makes me so excited to make this. So I couldn't find a pattern, obviously, for the kimono from Anthropologie, but I did find a crochet kimono cardigan from Shea the Naughty Lace. And it's really pretty. It has somewhat of the same idea, but it's a little bit more cardigan based than it is kimono based. But that's not a problem at all to switch it up. At least this is what I'm thinking, is the front and back panel, instead of really distinguishing the arms, you're gonna leave armholes, but there's gonna be enough space for it to kind of droop down and create that effect. So I think that's how you do it, if that makes sense. I figured this would be a really good starting point to kind of help me gauge how I'm gonna make that. I also learned that for soft naturals, we tend to look really good in like off the shoulder pieces, which made me so happy. Because ever since I was a little girl, I wasn't even born in the 80s. I was born in the 90s, but I loved that like 80s off the shoulder kind of like flash dance look. Obsessed with it. Love it as loungewear. Working out, honestly. I love the look. It's just, it always made me feel so pretty, so like casually cute. So I found a Make It Mesh net crochet sweater top from Kicks and Jacks. It's absolutely gorgeous. It has that beautiful off the shoulder drape, which is what I'm looking for, but it has that mesh stitch, which creates texture, which again looks good on soft naturals. But at the same time, it has enough airway that as the time continues to get warm, this is something that I can still get away with, and maybe on those cooler breezy nights. So I thought this would be really fun. I'm not a fan of the colors that she used. They aren't really for me. I would do it in a different color sequence. And if I'm being really honest, I probably would do it all one color. Call me boring, but that's just what I like. So now that I learned that waist emphasis, off the shoulder, flowy things are really important to accentuate my body style, I looked for things that also fit into like personal preferences. And one of my personal preferences for garment pieces is having multiple use for it. I like the versatility of being able to use one garment piece for not just one style type, but for multiple style types. I mean that in the way of aesthetics, as far as there are times that I like to look coastal grandma, there are other times that I like to look quiet luxury, and then there are other times that I feel really whimsical. But I also want versatility on how I can style it. So I found this cardigan on Hobie's website. It's called the Magnolia cardigan. I think this is absolutely beautiful. When closed, it actually looks like a really beautiful lacy top. But when you open it, it looks like the most casual, fun, relaxed cardigan. And I love that. It also is reversible, so the button closure on the front can actually be put on the back, so you have those beautiful button details. And if you've seen my previous video, you know that I have a lot of new buttons, so I'll finally get to accentuate them. For soft naturals, we want to accentuate our chest, doing tops that don't constrict us. Now learning that V-necks are what I needed, I found this cardigan from Brianna Designs, and it's her Finch V-neck crochet cardigan pattern, and it's beautiful. Absolutely good. First off, I actually thoroughly enjoy the yarn option she used, the speckly look, and it is my perfect neutral color. Now the last thing on the outerwear portion is a poncho. I found this poncho from Made by Molly Crafts. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. It's been pretty viral, but I mean, look at it. I understand why. It's so beautiful. It's so delicate. There's so much texture in it, from the blocked off square portion to, I believe those are granny squares, but they have the little flowers and then the ruffle edge. There's such a beautiful, feminine, delicate nature to it that it's, yeah, I definitely want to make that. Some of the tops that I am looking into or have already purchased for me to make this spring, summer, given the fact that I now know my body type, are wrap tops. There is the Wrap Me Up cardigan by Lovecraft, which is a longer style wrap top, because the colder days, if I don't want to have to double up with a cardigan and also a top, I can just wear this and it provides me pretty much exactly what I need during those breezy days. There's also the wrap top by Cathedrals and Cafe. I thought this was a really nice elevated version for days that maybe I wanted to go have a lunch date with like my mom or even Xavier, and I wanted to be a little bit more dressed up. I love the lace sleeves and trim at the bottom of this top. I think it is such an elegant, elevating factor for the top, along with the fact that it just really does emphasize that soft, natural, like relaxed, drapey, like I just threw this on and I look this amazing look. The final wrap top that I am interested in is the Celia top by Hobie. This is a really good, like more closer to the end of spring, you know, beginning of summer, even during summer top. It's sleeveless. It has a really nice texture, which I enjoy. It has a really nice V-neck, which is good for soft naturals because we have wide shoulders, and something like that cuts our shoulders and it just accentuates us in a really positive way. And then that wrap portion over on the side with, it looks like that's an I-cord. Yeah, it's an I-cord wrap. Super beautiful, creates a lot of texture, gives that waist cinching. I just don't care for the color. The other style tops that I am thinking of crocheting, one of them is the Buttercup top by Monica Panjaitan. I also really love the textured Summer Tank by For the Frills. It almost looks like a peplum style top because of the ruffles at the bottom and where the top actually hits on her waist. I think that's gonna be very flattering on me and my body style. I also love the wide neck, but at the same time, the straps aren't super thin. So on days that I'm feeling not as secure in my arm, I can wear this and not feel like naked. But I do really like camis, especially as a layering piece under a cardigan or a vest. Sometimes when I'm feeling really confident, and also by itself. I recently purchased the scallop camisole by Vintage Besos. I love the scallop edging on it. So I have my nicer pieces, which are like the peplum, the cami, the wrap top. I also need my relaxed pieces. You know, on days that I'm feeling like I want to be a little bit more chill, but I still want to look stylish. So one of the tops that I'm interested in is the Forest Breeze tee. Now, if you've seen my previous patterns video for fall, I believe I had this on here, but that's how great it is. It's such a versatile piece, a great layering piece, and I think this is like the perfect closet staple. It's a t-shirt, but it's a t-shirt that flatters me because I was a graphics tee girly when I was younger, but a lot of the issues that I had is I never felt like the way I styled the graphics tee made me look elevated. It just looked like I threw on a t-shirt, and it was because of the neckline. It was always a crew neck graphic tee. It was never something that was V-neck. This is not a graphics tee, but that's okay. I like the simplicity of it, but it's a t-shirt that I can throw on for everyday use and feel great in it. Now, I purchased the Castaway Tunic by Wild Spring & Co. So I thought this would be a really cute top on days that I'm feeling a little bit more whimsically, but I still want to be casual. I also purchased the Khaled Crochet shirt pattern. This is from Just Roots Knots. This is, honestly, I've been wanting to purchase this for like the last couple of years. I have seen this on Pinterest and I have repeatedly saved it like 10 times because every time I see it, I'm like, save, save, save. In my opinion, it is the perfect relaxed button-up top. I love this thing. I love the open neck. I love the relaxed silhouette of it. Now, I would choose a different color. I love the color combination here. However, that cream color would clash with my skin tone and I don't like it. So I would definitely use like a stark white, but that blue is beautiful. This is probably going to be one of the first patterns that I make because I love this top. I have been wanting to make it for years. The last pattern that I have in the top section is the spring button front cardigan. This is another pattern that I've had my eye on for, I wouldn't say as long as the Khaled Crochet shirt, but I have been interested in for quite some time. This to me gives me like the girly counterpart. The Khaled, I would definitely wear jeans or even stretchy flowy pants, would be super nice with it. But this I would more so wear for my I'm feeling kind of frilly, girly, and whimsical-y days. For the last section that I want to talk about, it is accessories. If you've seen my video from the beginning of the year where I did my crochet plans that I had for 2026, one of the biggest things that I talked about were accessory. It's such a fun way to elevate an outfit so then you don't feel like you're wearing the same thing over and over again. I'm really interested in the Crochet Sunset Shawl by MJ's Off the Hook Designs. I think it's really pretty. It's very boho, and I can totally see myself wearing this and sitting outside with Princess, my dog, my dachshund, and enjoying a nice cup of tea and just listening to the birds and maybe even reading while she relaxes and sunbathes next to me because she loves to sunbathe. But I'm also interested in the Serenity Lace Crochet Shawl by Han Jan Crochet. This is such a delicate textured looking piece, and it doesn't have the fringe, which I do like the fringe a lot, but maybe it's just me, but whenever I see fringe wearing it more over the shoulders than I do wearing it on my hips. I'm not sure, but I have been really enjoying seeing the how to style a triangle scarf with multiple ways. And part of me is leaning more towards doing the Serenity Lace Crochet Shawl because I think I might get more wearability out of it for trying to wear it multiple ways. I'm on the fence for that one. So with me really trying to get back to taking care of my hair, I'm trying not to style my hair in ways that could disrupt the curl pattern, that could cause frizz, or that can like damage my hair. So because of that, there are some crochet accessories, hair accessories that I think would be really nice to incorporate into styling myself. And some of those are the Easy Crochet Bandana by Michelle Moore, which is MJ Off the Hook's design. It's a simple granny square bandana with a scallop edge, but I also really liked the delicate look of the crochet bandana from Cloud Pusher. It's a little bit more lacy looking. Sometimes with the granny squares, I worry that it might be too much fabric and my hair is already, you know, it has a mind of its own. I think I might enjoy that one just a smidge more. Now for an actual headband, I really love the Lola headband by Ava Paula. She is a YouTuber here that I absolutely love. I also like the idea of making some crochet flowers to maybe add to a clip. So whenever I clip my hair back, I can use that. Or even if I put my hair in like a low bun, I can maybe use this. It's the Beautiful 3D Flower by Begin with Anita. So pretty. It has a really nice 3D effect. I think I really like it in that red color. I also really want to try making some hats. Now that I have this backyard space, and fingers crossed, we're going to try and see if we can start at least a mini herb garden out there. So I'm definitely going to want to partake in having a hat to protect my skin and to protect my face when being out there in the harsh sun. So I found the Crochet Desert Sun Hat by Gleeful Things. I think this hat and the accessory she includes on it is so beautiful. I also like how structured the rim is for this one, but I also really do like the floppy shell brim sun hat by Crochet For You. I loved the scalloped brim. I thought that was so clever and so beautiful to create that kind of that flowy floppy edge on the hat. And then the last one that I'm interested in is the To the Sun bucket hat by Drops Design. This is very like 90s Y2K for me, and I love that. The last accessory that I want to talk about, which I have purchased quite a few patterns for, are bags. I love the idea of being able to crochet my own bag. I found the Hobo Tote Bag by KL Town Studios. To me, this is the perfect oversized, kind of more so dressed up slouchy bag. I also like the Hobo Crossbody Bag by My Cozy House Fantasies. This is a retro 90s pattern. I love the messenger bag look, so I think this is a really cute casual feature, and I would love to make this maybe for my fiance. But for myself, I want to make the 1940s classic Creole purse bag. I think this is so cute. It kind of reminds me of like an old style picnic bag. And then the last two patterns that I also recently purchased One of them is the Frankston Market bag, and then the last one is the Granny Rocco bag. Both of these patterns, if you watch her, you know where they're from. I purchased them because of Passionate Kelsey. She is always making the Granny Rocco bag, and that bag looks like it's so much fun to make, and I think it would be a great bag on days that we go over to the market. And I also want to kind of do a comparison to see which of the two bags I prefer. But those are all the patterns that I am interested in making for this spring. I think the first couple that I'm gonna try and make are either the Caleb crochet pattern top, which is that button up top that I absolutely love, or the To the Suns bucket hat by Drops Design. Those are all the patterns that I'm really hoping to get to for this spring and summer, especially now learning my body type and what looks best and accentuates me as a person, and also my style preference, because that also plays a big key in it. Obviously, I'm not going to get to all of them. And what makes me that much more excited to really dive into making these patterns is that I took the time to learn what looks good based on my body type, and it makes me feel a lot more confident going into it. But let me know down in the comments which one you guys preferred, if you guys even know what your body type is, or if you've ever heard of a Kibbe body type. But thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll see you next time. Bye.